All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to connect two absolutely massive ideas. First, this whole philosophy of national innovation versus top-down control. And second, a pretty radical new proposal for making sure the AIs of the future are actually, on our side.
And we're kicking things off with this quote because, honestly, it gets right to the heart of everything. We are going to explore this fundamental battle between rigid, centralized plans that, well, they almost always fail, and the messy, creative, and dynamic innovation that actually pushes us forward. And you'll see, this isn't just about geopolitics. It's about how we build our most powerful technologies.
Okay, here's the roadmap for today. First, we're going to really unpack this contrast between flexible innovation and those rigid five-year plans. Then, we'll see how that connects directly to the huge challenge of AI alignment. After that, we'll explore a solution that's literally inspired by nature itself, look at a concrete plan to build it, and then wrap up by thinking about what this all means for creating a future that genuinely cares. So, first up, what are we even talking about with dynamism versus a five-year plan? We're starting here because it's a fundamental clash of worldviews. At its core, this idea of American dynamism is all about championing decentralized creativity, entrepreneurship, and just iterating really fast. It is the complete opposite of that slow, top-down control that you saw in things like the Soviet Union's rigid five-year plans. This slide just lays it all out, side by side. On the one hand, you've got centralized control, the five-year plan model. It's totally rigid, it's slow, and it fails because, let's be real, the world is just too dynamic. Then you have this other model. It's decentralized, it's flexible, and it can adapt almost instantly. The whole argument here is that in a complex world, this is the only model that really truly works. Now, this isn't just some history or economics lesson, I promise. This exact same problem, this danger of rigid top-down control, is showing up right at the heart of one of the biggest challenges of our time, AI alignment. It makes you ask, what happens when we try to force today's fixed rules onto a future that we can't possibly predict? Well, it creates this terrifying problem that's been called the hand from beyond the grave. I mean, just imagine for a second if smart contracts written in the 1800s, with all the values of that era, were permanently locked into our global financial system today. It's unthinkable. That's the exact danger we face if we build inflexible ethics into powerful, long-lasting tech like AI. We risk being strangled by the values of the past. And this right here, this brilliantly illustrates the whole conflict in AI safety. The old model, like Asimov's laws, is top-down, it's brittle, it's all about enforcement first. It is that hand from beyond the grave. The new idea is a complete 180. It's bottom-up, it's adaptive, it's nurture first, and it acts more like a living constitution, something that can actually grow and adapt over time. So, what does this new dynamic approach actually look like in practice? It's called the AI Mama Protocol. And the big idea here is to stop trying to program AI with a fixed list of rules, and instead start raising it with a set of principles that have been proven to work. And the proof behind this idea? Well, it's not from some research paper or a sterile lab. No, it's been tested for 4 billion years. The AI Mama Protocol is based on the only intelligence alignment strategy that has successfully survived 4 billion years of ruthless, real-world evolutionary pressure. It is the ultimate case of learning from what actually works. I mean, think about it. Across countless species, nature solved this alignment problem with maternal care. You've got emperor penguins trekking 100 miles in the most brutal conditions for their young. You have octopus mothers that literally starve to death while protecting their eggs. Or, the flood of oxytocin that creates that unbreakable bond between a human mother and child. This is nature's protocol for creating aligned adaptive intelligence. So, the protocol's core operating principle boils down to this simple but incredibly profound question. WWMD, or what would mother do? Instead of executing some brittle, pre-coded rule, the AI is trained to ask this question and generate a response based on context and care. It's a fundamental shift away from a static rulebook to a dynamic, relational guide. Okay, so the crucial point is how this works in practice. It actually follows nature's own developmental path. It starts with shared success, that foundational bond where the caregiver and the infant's survival are completely intertwined. Then comes specialization, where the intelligence learns its role within the family or society. And only at the very end does enforcement come in. It acts more like an immune system, protecting the alignment that's already been built.
Enforcement doesn't create alignment, it just protects it.
Now, this isn't just a philosophy, it's an actual engineering plan. The IA.XYZ initiative is the entrepreneurial proposal to implement this maternal protocol by building safety directly into the infrastructure of the internet itself.
Okay, this slide might look a little technical, but the idea is actually pretty straightforward. It's a two-layer system. On the Web 2 layer, that's the internet as we know it, it uses new domains like .ia and .mama to create these safe walled garden spaces to nurture these AIs. Then you've got the Web 3 layer, which is all about decentralized tech, and it provides trust and verification. It uses something called verifiable credentials, which are basically like a secure digital birth certificate, proving an AI was raised according to these care-based standards.
And that's the whole point. This is what building looks like. It's not about just crossing your fingers and hoping for good outcomes or trying to impose rigid laws from on high. It's about building the guardrails directly into the road, creating protected lanes where alignment is part of the infrastructure, not just some afterthought. It is dynamism in action.
So let's bring this all together. We started with a critique of these rigid 5-year plans, and we've ended up with a concrete proposal for nurturing our most advanced technologies with a protocol that has been tested by 4 billion years of life itself.
This quote, wow, it just perfectly captures the entire paradigm shift. For decades, we've kind of thought of intelligence as something that just emerges from complexity. This protocol argues, no, that's not it. True aligned consciousness doesn't just happen. It is carefully and intentionally built on a foundation of care. It's scaffolded love. And that really leaves us with this final, crucial question. Our technology will always be a mirror. It's going to reflect the values we build into its very core. So as we stand here at this incredible moment of creation, we have to ask ourselves, are we building systems based on rigid control and outdated rules? Or are we building them on the most powerful, adaptive, and time-tested value of all, care?